Morning, kiddos. Today is Monday, April 20th. I've missed you guys so much. I'm so sorry last week kind of got away from me. My fiance got in an accident with his horse and had to have surgery, and so I was playing nurse, and so yeah, last week was a little crazy for me. But we're in a routine again, so we're back at it. This week is all about money again. So we're digging deep back into our memory of when we learned about pennies, nickels, and dimes. And I brought my little rhymes that we did in the classroom. So the first one is penny, penny, easily spent, coppery brown, and worth 1 cent. And the next one is the dime. Dime, dime, little and thin, I remember you're worth 10. And then the nickel. Nickel, nickel, thick and fat, you're worth 5 cents, I know that. So those 3 coins are the coins that we're going to be working with today. Hocus pocus, what's our focus? I can identify pennies, nickels, and dimes by their image, name, or value. I can decompose the values of nickels and dimes using pennies and nickels. Alright, so we have that really big math word right there, decompose. That means we're going to take apart. So we're going to take apart the value or the amount of a nickel or a dime, and we're going to decompose it and pull apart and have pennies and nickels. Kind of like what we do with quick tens and ones. Tamara saw 10 cheetahs at the zoo. She saw 8 more leopards than cheetahs. How many leopards did she see? She saw 8 more leopards than cheetahs. Okay, so this reminds me of the tape diagram that's stacked. So I'm going to do a box. I'm going to label it C for cheetahs. Tamara saw 10 of those. And the next one is leopards. I'm going to do L for leopards. We know that she saw at least 10 leopards, but it says that she saw 8 more. So we're going to add a box. Okay, the question is how many leopards did she see? So we're going to use these 2 numbers right here. 10 plus 8 equals 18. So, not a statement to match the story. Tamara saw 18 leopards. There we go. Okay, before I move on, YouTube actually started a new thing, or not a new thing, but basically I cannot show you the songs on Nearpod via this video because they think that I'm stealing them. I need to start doing these at night because in the morning I'm always yawning. Anyways, they think that I'm stealing them by showing them to you guys via this video. So if you want to listen to any of the songs that I have on this Nearpod lesson, you're going to have to go onto Shobi and go onto the student code to listen to the songs. Okay, so I am going to just skip right through it. What is the name and value of this coin? Well, it's silver. Do we think it is a dime or a nickel? I'm looking at the pictures on the dime, and they look just like these ones. Also, some hints that we've pointed out in the past. On one side of the coin, it says its name. So we know that this is a dime. And going back to our little rhyme, dime, dime, little and thin, I remember you're worth 10. So a dime is worth 10. Do you remember that little symbol I showed you how to make to represent cents? It's a C with the line through it. 10 cents. How many pennies do I need to equal the same amount of a dime? Okay, so we know that a penny is worth 1 cent. And we know that a dime is worth 10 cents. So if each one of my fingers was a penny, we'd have 10 pennies that equal 10 cents. Instead of writing that, I'm going to type that. We need 10 pennies to make 10 cents. And here's just a good visual. 1 dime is equal to 10 pennies. Alright, we're going to compare the dime and the nickel. This is important because in your Shobi, the sizes might all be the same. Okay, so that means we see here that the dime is littler or smaller than the nickel. In your assignment today, they could all be the same size, so you have to be able to identify them just through the pictures on the sides of the coins. So, these are the faces. We see that the dime has, I have to have my little cheat sheet here. Alright, so, we haven't learned the presidents very well at all before spring break. So unless you have prior knowledge of the presidents, the dime has President Roosevelt on it, and the nickel has President Jefferson on it. But if you can't remember those names, then just remember the different individual parts. Okay, we see that President Roosevelt's picture, it gets cut off right in the middle of the neck. He has short hair. President Jefferson, he has more of his neck showing. You can see that his collar is there, and he has a ponytail. How many nickels do I need to equal 1 dime? Okay, going back. A dime is worth 10 cents. And a nickel is worth 5 cents. We know from our daily doubles, 5 plus 5 is 10. So we need, remember this is my cheat way to represent a nickel or coins, is putting just the letter name or letter, beginning letter. So we need 2 nickels to make 1 dime. 5 plus 5 equals 10. And this is just another representation of it. We can make 10 cents with 10 pennies or with 2 nickels. Alright, create 6 cents using dimes, nickels, and pennies. It should say dimes, nickels, or pennies. We know that dimes are 10 cents. So if we just need to make 6 cents, is that going to be an option for us? No. So we should not be drawing any dimes. Nickels are worth 5 cents. Pennies are worth 1 cent. So there's 2 different ways that we could do this. We could create a nickel and 1 penny. That would equal 6 cents. Or you could do it the less efficient way. And it's going to be really hard for me to write P's in those. Have 6 pennies. And that would also equal 6 cents. Okay, so there's 2 different ways here. 11 cents. So the remainder of these type of activities I'm actually going to skip. I would like to see your work on your Nearpod activities using the student paste code on Shobi. Show me the different ways that you can create these amounts of money. I want to use 1 coin to represent the total of 2 plus 3. Which coin would I use? That's a good question. I'm going to leave that as a challenge question to see who can get it correct. Those are all similar. And these are just for review. A nickel's 5 cents. A dime is 10 cents. And a penny is 1 cent. Notice that I did not choose a penny that is the coppery brown color for this slide because, again, on your Shobi assignment, you're not going to have color. So you're going to have to be able to identify it without identifying it by color. Alright, kiddos, that's a wrap on today's lesson. All about money. I hope you'll tune in on Wednesday. We're having a class Zoom meeting for show and tell, so bring something you want to share. And then Friday we're having a second Zoom meeting, and it's a draw and tell. And you will need a pencil and a paper next to you while we Zoom. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day today. It's supposed to be beautiful outside, so get outside and enjoy that sunshine. Bye guys, miss you.